Hello, just an introduction on the course outline because there's important documents in there that you need to be aware of. This is sort of the guidelines they follow, plus there's also some policies that it's very important I make you aware of. So the course outline can be found on the left-hand side toolbar under course outlines. And when you click there, you will see it takes you into a module. Now, in most modules, I have linked the documents and stored them on a Google Drive. So this way, it's easier to edit. So you can download the course outline as a PDF, or here's a printable link on my Google Drive. It is important because this is a contract. It will tell you about course objectives, your grades, and read it carefully. You don't necessarily have to print it up, but I would download it so you have easy access. Now notice this is an interdisciplinary studies, which means it's a course taken by the medical lab assistants, the farm techs, and also the occupational therapist program assistants. And it's an introductory level course. So the whole idea of this course is sort of to review your high school and bridge you to your diploma courses. Good. And then when you scroll down, let me make it a little bigger so you can see it. Maybe in theory. There we go. Okay. Now, all these policies and publications are on the RDC webpage. So just to look at it, this course is technically 4 hours a week. It's 4 course credits. So it's heavier than most of your courses that you're taking in a program. Ideally, we were to meet 4 hours a week, but because of the online situation, I'm only going to meet with you 2 hours a week, and that's Wednesday between 3 to 5. And I know that's not a great time if you have family or if you're tired by Wednesday or by 3 o'clock. But that was the time that the scheduler or the registrar scheduled it. So that's the time we're going to go with. And then the other time, I'm just expecting you to do your work on your own. And you really should have 6 to 8 hours per week on this course. It is a lot, and you have to do it little by little. So ideally, an hour per day. Don't save it all up and get it study at the end. It's too much, too fast. Okay, so what we're going to do is explore biological structures and the function of the body using a systematic approach. So we're going to do a little introduction in the first unit, and then in the other units, we'll break it down system by system. So digestive system, circulatory system, and that's the such. Okay, now you must, this pre-health certification doesn't apply to you, so don't worry about that one. I am teaching section B. Heather Cole is teaching section A. The best way to get a hold of me is by email, and I actually have it so you can download it. I have an app right on my phone, so I can get it right from my phone, and that's the most effective way. And usually I get back to you within a couple of hours. On the weekend, it's a little different. Okay, and please, my phone goes to, it basically shuts off from 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. to, I think it's 8 a.m. But feel free to email me whenever you can. Now, this is what's called synchronized online learning. So we're going to be on Blackboard Collaborate, which I will introduce in another video because it's kind of tricky. The lectures will be recorded and posted. So we'll actually be, during that time from 3 to 4:50, I will actually be with you online. But I found because of technology issues, quite often it's not the most effective way to teach. So that's why I put things in other modules. And the modules each will have different information in them. Then each of the modules will then be on the the left-hand toolbar, so you can access it there. This is where I'm expecting you to complete your coursework outside the class time. And there are little assignments and there are some projects, but mainly you're watching the videos and reading your textbook and getting organized. Due to large amount of material, 1 hour per day is suggested. Do not let this back up because it's very easy, and it's very easy to get overwhelmed with the amount of information. Okay? During later on towards exams, I will post blocks of time, but usually I can be contacted online. Oh, that didn't get in there. I'm online. Email me. Ideally, we can talk a little bit right after the course meets on Wednesday, but email me and I will either answer your email or we can set up a time using Blackboard Collaborate. Okay. Now, there are 5 main goals for this course, and this is to look at accurate terminology to effectively communicate. And we're looking at anatomy, which is basically name that part, and physiology, which is what does it do. We're going to look at the different organizational levels of the body and look at their relationship to each other. We're also going to explain interrelationships between systems of the body, and that's more towards the end. And one of the keywords we're looking at is homeostasis in this course. And homeostasis is having everything balance out and remain at balance. We'll talk about that. Then we're also going to look a little bit about connections to anatomy and physiology in your program, but it's limited because there are so many programs. Okay? I'm going to look at terminology. I'm focusing a lot on terminology, function, and structure, a little bit about acid bases, and a little bit about the diagnostic tests. You don't have to memorize the test results. Usually, you just need to know what test tests what. In terms of the textbook, we are using what's called an open educational resource, and the textbook is online. Now, does this link work? Does it? Does it? I have linked it. There it is. There's your textbook links there. So your textbook link will give you information on the textbook, and I will go into greater detail on that because there is a lot of benefits to the textbook we're using. And the best benefit initially is no cost. Okay? You do have to sign up and log on, but I'll explain that all. Also later. You also need to have a computer to do online learning. To write your exam, you need to have a camera and a microphone because I record you when you write your exams, and then I watch you writing exams, and yeah, it is kind of creepy, but it's interesting to see how you write. And that's for security reasons. All the exams will be written on Blackboard under what's called this Homeostasis lockdown browser. Now, for the learning activities, there are various different activities in the class. Most of them will be posted on Blackboard. And then when we have our face-to-face time, I hope to be doing some breakout groups and some other activities. But again, it all depends on my technology. I will be lecturing this from home, and although I have 3 screens set up, sometimes it, because the internet is shared, I'm on TELUS, so the internet's shared with the whole neighborhood, sometimes I crash. And if I do crash, we just log back on again and keep going, okay? Now, this course is broken down to 3 exams, 2 assignments, and 1 final exam. So everything is quite large, and these are the dates that are very important here, and they are not discussable because it's in the Blackboard. The exams, there's 3 of them. The first one is only 15%. And we start it with a little smaller exam because some of you take a little longer to get warmed up than others. So the first one isn't worth weighted as much. And then we're doing a discussion, which I'll describe later on Blackboard under the assignments. And then tests 2 and 3 are on worth 20% each. Now, there's a date due there in the fact that there is a writing window. The exam itself is an hour, and I give about an hour and a half for you to write it. I'll explain more when we get closer to the date. But you are writing it through what's called Blackboard Homeostasis lockdown between those dates. So the first one, it opens September the 17th at 9 a.m. and it closes 36 hours at 9 p.m. And your test must be written under secure situations during that time. Now, I know this sounds a little anxiety causing, But as we get closer to the test, I will walk you through the Blackboard lockdown procedures. I will also give you a practice test, which you don't need to know the material. The practice test will give you the experience of writing the test, and also with some experience with the type of questions I will ask you. Okay. Then the final exam is written during exam week, which is December 9th to, I think they go to the 20th, and I don't have any control over that. Okay. More information on this as we get towards the dates themselves. Now, very important, in order to pass this class, you need a minimum of a 65, which will give you an F. Okay. Minimum of a 65. And then if you need to get a C, as some of your programs need an average of C, you need 72.5. You must actually get these marks. There's no rounding up, and that's why we take it to 2 decimal places, because I've had a lot of people come to me and say, it's just a few more %. Why can't you give it to me? And to that I say, it's just a few more %. Why didn't you earn it? So little by little is how you pass this course. And yes, there's a large amount of material. Most of it is review of high school though. However, some of you haven't had high school for a while, and some of you may not have had the strongest high school experience. But just so you know, I'm here for you too. Okay? But this is the grade scale. Then there are all assignments must be submitted at the date. There's late penalties of 10% per day to a maximum of 3 days. I don't mark because it's very important to me to keep marking on time. You need to hand things in on time, because if you get late, I get late, and then everyone gets frustrated. There will be more details for the assignments and marking rubrics for the assignments later on. When it comes to the exams, these 3 exams, you will automatically get 0 if you do not write the exam during the writing window, and you need to get prior notification for, you can write it the day early, but you cannot write it late. You need to make sure you write the exam. The final exam is written and is scheduled by the registrar, and we'll discuss that later towards the end. The last exam, the last unit, because there's actually 4 units in this class. The last unit is weighted heavier on the final exam, and there's not a unit exam for it. Now, student support. There's a lot of student support. There is a learning center. And one thing that I've discovered that's very handy is the library webpage has a chat. And usually, in most hours, it has a live person, a librarian who's very knowledgeable about all sorts of stuff on that chat line. So give it a look. Check it out if you're stuck. Also, there's learning support, there's disability resources, there is counseling if you need it. You also have rights and responsibilities, and those rights and responsibilities are to show up, to be present, and also I expect honesty. I want it to be your work for this course, not stuff you've handed in before. Okay, and so there's information there. One thing I want to emphasize is plagiarism and cheating, and this is called student misconduct, and it will result in a formal situation. When you write the exams, you are videotaped, and I do watch them, and any attempts at cheating, you will get a 0 on that test or that assignment. And a 0 may not fail you at the end, but it will greatly, it'll affect you. So no cheating of any sorts. This includes paper, electronic, human, nothing. I want you to test that it's your brain answering the test. Okay? Then to let you know that you are being audio and video recorded in this lecture on Blackboard. So when I do have the chat open, it's recorded. You do not see your face unless you open it, but you are recorded for online delivery. Okay. Now it goes a lot into attendance, participation, and professional conduct. This is just standard for the college. it doesn't matter to me if you come online with me. It's better learning for yourself, and this way you can actually ask me questions and I get to know your icon. And please put a professional icon where I can see your face, so this way if I ever do encounter you later, I can recognize you. Also, I start on time, I end on time. There's always technological problems, but we try. You need a laptop. See, this is more, one thing that's important is communicate respectfully at all times. Please realize when you email me, you're emailing a professor, you're not chatting a friend. So please use sentences and proper grammar and a proper salutation. That doesn't have to be fancy, but even just hello will work fine. Okay. Professional, respectful, clear, and try grammatically correct the best you can. Because I often answer a lot of emails on my phone, I got big thumbs. They're the best you can. Also, to let you know that there's recording, these web tools that we use, and the recordings are in cloud-based services outside of Canada. And I know that sounds really important, but I have to let you know. Okay. Good. Some important dates. We'll talk more about that when we look at the schedule, but there is something called reading break, which is after Thanksgiving, and that week is off. We start officially on the 2nd, but officially we don't start until Wednesday the 8th. So that is a little bit on the course outline. Please refer to this. You don't have to print it off, but do refer to it regularly. So download it to a file. Okay. And now take some time and read through it on your own. Go and click around the links and see the different information. Okay, good. And that's all for the course outline. Now, to test you on your course outline, there is a little quiz. Here is the looking at the course outline quiz. You just click on the top there and it will send you to a quiz. You have multiple attempts. You need to get 100%, and it doesn't, it's just for your own. It tells me that you've read the course outline. It's not used for grading, but you do have it there. And hopefully that's enough information on the course outline. We'll refer to it more later. Chat you later.